Guys ready? Obviously, tough weekend. Thought coming out home after last weekend's trip, we could get some momentum going. Really battled the other night. Felt like we let it slip away, and then tonight, man, you got to give them credit. They got after us, and it took us just too long to respond. Loved the response out of halftime, and for most of the second half, and the numbers show that. But we dug ourselves too big a hole, unfortunately. We missed a lot of easy shots in the first half, and that got them rolling in transition. We knocked those shots down. It's a different story at halftime. Obviously, they're good in transition. We didn't do a good enough job, especially that first half, getting back and getting stops.
Jordan, you guys had a 3-game stretch there, Arizona's and UCLA, where team shot over 50% and looked like you kind of had it going there. In the last 3 games, the shooting just has been not there. What's changed?
I wouldn't say anything changed. It's just people got to stay prepared, stay confident, but also we got to make sure when teams make adjustments, we still have to find a way to find good shots and take good shots and knock down good shots. So that's what it comes down to, just making plays, and we live and die with us making shots.
Wayne, it looks like the effort is there. Are the coaches getting through to these guys with what you guys want to do?
At times, there's, I think we've got to become more cohesive. We talked about that in the locker room, and it's not easy winning. And as we rebuild this thing with a relatively young group, like that enthusiasm, that connectivity is got to be there to make up for what we lack, which is experience. And this Washington team's the second oldest team in the country, and we're not getting that consistently enough. The other night and today, you look at defensively, like why we're not getting to the guys we're supposed to get to. Scouting report things. So that's on our the coaches. I think we do a good job of making that clear, and we've got to make sure that we're all focused to that plan and not focused on anything else. And I think when we do that, we play some really good minutes of basketball, and then you've got to finish. You've got to finish at the end of halves, at the end of games, and that's kind of slipped too. Other than the USC game, the last several games, and so locking in, buying in, and really becoming more cohesive and playing off of each other for each other will certainly go a long way in helping us, and that carries over to the defensive side of the ball too.
And then the shooting, obviously, early in the game wasn't good, but was as big an issue as covering their 3-point shooters early? Because it seemed like they had a lot of open looks.
Yeah. That's what I was saying at the beginning. And some of it was zone early, losing guys, and then not getting there with urgency, like cost us the other night. With Yakumovsky and Wells, and then man-to-man, short closing to guys. Like the urgency to get there and make shooters put it on the ground wasn't there early in the first half. And they built that lead. Our guys fought back. We let one other run go the other way where we turned it over a little bit and didn't finish. So we've got to find a way to where our guys that we lean on produce for us consistently on both ends.
Coach, in this game, you give up 3 separate runs of 9+ points, one of 9, one of 12, and one of 10. Was that just an issue getting back defensively, or what are those runs stemming from?
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it, especially in the first half. You get shots out of your offense, you don't finish, you don't knock them down, and then they're really good at getting out. And so there might have been some frustration creeping in, and we kept trying to tell our guys to hang in there, play through it, we're going to make a run, which we did at the start of the second half. They're really good at getting the ball up the floor. But if you can score, if you can get to the free throw line, that slows them down. And we did that in the second half, and we held them to 25 points. So we proved that we can defend a team like that plays up tempo. But we weren't ready to do that out of the game. And really, other than the USC game here of late, and I think even that game when we got off to a decent start, we've been getting off to decent starts. But tonight, I think maybe when the shots that we normally make weren't going in, we weren't quite sure. And so that's when we tried to rally, hey, just keep fighting through it. And I think we even cut it to 17-29 or something. and said, all right, a couple more stops and scores, you know, we'll get this thing manageable by halftime, and then they ended the half with a spurt.
Dexter, just as one of the veterans of this group, how do you sort of lead and sort of get these guys to, you know, sort of correct things that how they've gone? Do you take any responsibility in sort of being a leader of this group at this point in the season?
Right. I think as far as this game and moving forward, I think we just need to realize what spot we're at. If we could take these next couple of games, we could jump a couple of spots in the standings of the Pac-12, and I think that just adds to more motivation to us moving forward. So realizing what spot we're at, and then knowing that what we saw tonight is that's out of character for us, and we just have to move on from it and learn from it.
And Wayne, you mentioned on Thursday he's not wanting to use youth as an excuse in how young this team is. Is it frustrating that, you know, even tonight, you're 25 in the second half, that it's just more of a consistency thing and not something that, like, these guys are young and haven't shown it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is, and everybody's got to look in the mirror. You know, our guys need to play more consistently, 1 through, 8, our top guys, the guys that rotate in, off the bench, need to become more consistent. And that's with, like, we've got great kids, and Nick hit it on the head, like, our guys play hard. It's not like we've got loafers, we've got great kids. But sometimes we get into a mental fog that costs us. At times it shows its head in practice, and then come game time. So we challenged everybody now to be locked in from the first minute we cross onto the court in practice and really immerse ourselves into the team and the plan. And that's where I'm talking about doing this. And I think we'll see less of these runs and droughts for us. We've been in a position where we've been able to make some runs, and Dexter hit it on the head. We've got stuff in front of us where we can try to build the momentum to peak at the right time. And a lot of it's building this, moving forward, but also, we've got things that we want to accomplish in this season, and everybody's got to stay locked into that. So, appreciate it. Go Beavs.